Good afternoon. Afternoon, everybody. Making sure I'm coming through okay. Excuse me. Hope you are all well. Paul, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Alan, how you doing, pal? Anyone else is in the room, come say hello. Now, I wish I had some better news for you guys. Unfortunately, I've obviously failed this 200 grand. Hey, shit happens, right? Happens from time and time again. These things are going to happen. I'm not, embarrassed to say it. I just think, I think the markets haven't really been kind to us recently. So I think I'm not going to sit here and blame the market. That's the wrong thing to do. You have to take responsibility and, not say, oh, this is a scam, you can't do money, all this kind of stuff. And I think my only probably mistake was not waiting. I think starting it at the wrong time. So what I'm going to do now is I might just wait a week. I think I might just wait a week, wait till I'm a little bit more comfortable with these market conditions before I start a new one. Because I think as you said, Paul, it's just not been very nice, is it? And I want to show you this. So I'll show you this. Because this kind of shows you where we kind of are. Right, this is the weekly view of the FinViz, which is your kind of currency strength meter. And notice how, just get my pen. Notice how, discombobulated, is that the word? Messy this is. We've got yen here, we've got USD here, we've got Swiss very weak, we've got CAD, the strongest on the week, then we got Aussie pound up. It's all just a little bit messy, so that's one of the reasons why, for me, I'm just gonna wait a little bit until I feel a little bit more comfortable. Like I said, on my real account, I've not taken a trade. That's good. But even today, stocks are pushing on, right? And what right now is the strongest on the basket? And bear in mind, this is still 2 hours into London session. Pound came out yesterday, had decent data. Bank of England came out, was kind of bullish or hawkish on the pound. Pound's weak. It's just a little bit messy, and I think certainly this afternoon, I'm going out to play golf, thankfully, and I'll take a little bit of time away from the markets. I'll do my stream on Monday and stuff like that, but in terms of trading wise, or in terms of starting a new account, I don't think I'll be doing it certainly for a week. Let me just, I know my personality myself, just need a little bit of time to digest it, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not sit here saying, oh no, but I know my personality. I know sometimes taking a little step back, just because just because I've been trading 6 years, it doesn't mean that everything's going to be fine all the time. This is an evolution. This is a never-ending kind of game of cat and mouse, and identifying when you kind of probably need to take a step back, and identifying when maybe you should not really be trading is a good thing. So if you're doing that, pat yourself on the back. Lam, how you doing, pal? Hope you are well. So GJ might be coming down now for an additional reload here. I think I was a little bit unlucky with this. Obviously, I had to go for it. I'm not in it on my real account. The breakout zone is here. But potentially, we're getting another little swing here. I don't really, fundamentally and technically, I don't really get it. But we could be ending for a breakout on this daily chart, potentially, if it comes back up. But pound is certainly weakening off. Pound is weakening off, so I'll be looking at this on this daily and 4 hour still for a potential long. But obviously for me yesterday, I was just a little bit, I thought this looked so good for upward movement, and it just, melted to the downside. So anyway, what can you do? Shit happens, right? Okay, SPX. SPX today. How's everybody else's trading doing, by the way? Anybody else making money? I hope you guys are. I'm always happy to hear you guys making money, even if I'm not. So SPX is trundling up there. A decent bullish push recently. Again, decent bullish push, and that movement into the Forex market is still not there. So it's very strange. Anyway, this technical side from the SPX is nice. This pattern here, good bullish engulfer, another good bullish engulfer, both coming on decent volume. Right, that is a good kind of igniting pattern, and now we are moving to the upside. So you've got to say, stocks continuing to push, and it's starting to really move now, which is great, right? Stock market pushing is great, but like I said, needs to kind of reflect into that currency market. So SPX, you've got to continue to look to the upside. You have to. They've been very resilient. Doesn't look like it needs any corrective, and it's pushing on. So SPX certainly looking good to the upside. Dollar now, I did think I talked about this on Wednesday, or maybe it was last night on the A1 trading stream. But it looks to be that dollar is losing momentum now. So potentially we are getting, at the moment, looks like that deeper pullback, right? So at the moment it looks kind of like a deeper pullback, and that would be healthy for the dollar. As long as we're looking for some indication around that 40-60 box that this wants to continue to move up. So I think for me, intraday, certainly maybe over the next few days, we could see some potential dollar weakness come in. Again, looking at the charts, looking at the technicals until it tells you otherwise, but possibly we're getting our A, this could be B, and maybe we're coming down for a potential C before movement to the upside. You know, that C may come on roughly around that 200. But I would like that, you know, and if that does happen, buying dollar roughly around there, if the market gives you that indication that it wants to move, such as your, engulfer on that 50 or 38.2 or hammer, etc., buying dollar roughly around there would make sense for me. Rohan, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. So yeah, I mean, still bullish on the dollar overall, but just wait for it to give you that indication that it's digested this move and wants to continue to the upside. So we can see on the intraday chart, it's kind of breaking out of roughly this descending or corrective channel. So if you're looking intraday, yeah, dollar shorts would make sense for me. Possibly if you're a scalper or trading smaller time frames, dollar shorts might not be a bad shout. From here, it could move if it wants to decently break this channel to the downside. So could be some decent little opportunities there, shorting the dollar intraday. Now, not long term, but intraday. Okay, let's go through I'm looking at 3 pairs today. Firstly is 2 USD pairs, actually, ironically enough. USD SEK. USD SEK is here, which has kind of failed, which we probably expect these last 2 to probably do that. But this was looking all right. V reversal, complex corrective, squeeze into the level, push through, and again, Paul, like you said, indicative of this market, fake out to the downside. So I think, unfortunately, that is kind of gone. I would say the same for USD ZAR as well. It's probably faked out. Well, USD ZAR is a little bit different, actually. USD ZAR, was looking at this head and shoulders. V reversal, nice accumulation, breakthrough, and potentially a retest of this area. Now, with how this is broken through, again, this hammer is not what you want to see. But, I'll keep an eye on it for a potential retest. I think that has probably turned it into possibly a C class. So, yeah, like I said, with it being a Friday, I think I'll probably let that be and say I don't really want to be involved in that right now. You could look at it on the hourly here. But again, you need a nice retest for that to continue. I like the context of it. The context certainly on this daily is nice. That is really nice. Look at 4 days of pushing up, 2 days here, rejecting that 220. That 20 is now curling round, passing above the 200. The context there is great. So I will watch that on the hourly, just looking at it again now. But, probably on the 30 minutes, not really something that I like. So potentially on that USD ZAR hourly, looks good for the movement to the upside. And I know I've said the DXY looks short, but that, again, this is where your currency market characteristics, i.e. your knowledge of each individual pair, will kind of come into fruition. Because I know that USD ZAR, even though stocks are pushing, right, because we've kind of still got a little bit of risk off attitude, it means that this USD ZAR normally does push as well. So USD ZAR to the upside looks okay. And finally, let me know if you guys want me to look at anything. Like I said, I'm going out for a lovely game of golf this afternoon. Getting away from the charts. I've spent all night last night editing and doing a video. Don't know if you guys have watched it. If you haven't watched it, I put a new video on my YouTube. Anyway, JP225 is potentially setting up quite nicely here. We've got our basing cut pattern coming down for potentially a complex corrective, potentially our handle here. So we're looking for a squeeze in. 200 is now crossed over. We're looking for that 20. That squeeze into the area, digesting this basing structure. Remember, we're talking about that roughly 50% area to go long. Now, I've been looking at this for a while. You know, I think I was looking at this roughly around here as well. Didn't quite go. We didn't quite get the setup. Thanks, Laham. I appreciate that, mate. I uploaded it. This is what I don't understand. So I uploaded it, but it's not changing to 1080p. Like, I don't understand why YouTube is not rendering it into 1080p. So it's very strange. Anyway. So that break in the 4 hour will come roughly above this 200, roughly around that trend line break, which, remember, we come back, we are on an uptrend. Albeit we've had this really big corrective, but for me, it seems ready to move, you know, so I don't want to not get involved in it on a potential break to the upside. So this looks nice. Weapon, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Just got into Forex a few weeks ago. I've been trading from my phone. Oh, but you have no computer, but I'm looking to getting a laptop or tablet. I mean, for me, Weapon, good name. Yeah, certainly don't trade off your phone. I think that's the biggest misconception when you see all these Instagram traders or fake Instagram traders, as I call them, trading off their phone. You will never make it in trading off your phone. Never in a million years. I don't like a tablet either. You know, I have my tablet, but I just use it if I'm in a position that maybe I want to close, so I can take it because I can move it around. But for me, you know, certainly a laptop, even better, getting a computer and a monitor. You know, I think bigger screens just help you out. If you've got a set place where you can sit down, you know, so I come into my office, I sit down and, you know, you're there trading. It kind of helps your mindset as well. So I think, you know, certainly minimum you need a laptop. I wouldn't recommend a tablet, but you do get some good cheap computers, and you can buy a nice monitor as well for quite cheap. I think that's the best setup to use, just purely because I mean, it's bigger, right? They say bigger is better, right? That's what my girlfriend says sometimes. So yeah, getting a screen or a laptop is certainly better, I think, personally. Thanks, Rohan. I appreciate it. I worked some hard on it, so I appreciate that. Anyway, I think that's really it for me today. There's nothing much there. Crypto is kind of moving a bit. Like I said, if you guys want me to look at anything, let me know. But really, it's slim pickings. I do like this 225. I do like that. I do want to get involved in that just because of the context it's coming in. You know, I think it's nice. You know, crossing over that 200, potentially moving out. It's lagging behind the indexes. The indexes are bullish. So if we just get that digestive pattern that we want to see, then yeah, this would look kind of good there. Remember, the most important part of the breakout is just prior to the break. Not even like the tablets with those E-pens for the screen. I mean, not really, Weapon. I just... I mean, you could, but for me personally, I would much prefer a laptop. I think your analysis is better placed on a laptop. And also with your tablet, I'm not really sure, but I think most of them you can only install the app, and the app won't let you show. I don't know about TradingView, I'm talking about MT4, but the app won't let you show more than one screen at a time. And I always think this kind of setup here, having your multi-time frame analysis view, is the best way to go. Because I can look at every screen, right, and it's right there in front of me. I can see the lower time frames and I can see the higher time frames. So it helps me, it just helps me get a bigger picture of that particular currency pair. And I don't think you can do that on a tablet, and I don't think you can do that with the app as well. So, I mean, my personal opinion, Weapon, is get a laptop or get a computer. If you want to take it seriously, I think you need that. Yeah, okay. Weapon, I'll say don't get a tablet, get a laptop or computer, in my personal opinion. You sold Ripple yesterday around $1. Well done, Rohan. What did you buy it at? I think I told you guys my best trade ever was buying Ripple at 5 cents. So I had 500,000 coins of Ripple at 5 cents, and I remember this so vividly. I was in Austria in Christmas. What year must have been? It must have been 2017. I think it was 2017, right? When it boomed. I think I bought it in early 2017. I think I bought Ripple, 5 cents, 11 cents. It got to $3.20. I remember looking at my portfolio, and to this day, I honestly don't know why I didn't sell it. I think it must have been around 1.6, 1.7 million, and I didn't sell it. Right, and then it obviously tumbled down. I mean, my target for Ripple was always $5, and I was at the computer. I was on holiday. I was in this lovely chalet in Austria. Snow all around. It was like beautiful, right? Beautiful. Going snowboarding and stuff, great. And I looked at it, and I was about to press the sell button. No word of a lie. I was about to press the sell button, and I didn't do it. I don't know why, because I said to myself as a trader, like, okay, my target is 5, right? And that's my target. So all this, what I'm doing now is emotional, right? Because I'm just seeing money on the screen, and this is what my portfolio is. And I didn't sell it. And I hold it to this day. So it's still okay. But I wish I'd sold it and then rebought back in. But again, that's your hindsight Harry hat on. I never held Bitcoin. I never had any Bitcoin. I held Stellar as well. Stellar, which is the kind of sister to Ripple. But yeah, I always remember that day. Anyway, I'm holding it for a long term. You know, I'm hoping in a when I'm 40, 50 years old, I'll be able to buy a couple of Ferraris and a nice house on the water with it. But yeah. Anyway, good. You made profit, Rohan. So as a trader, that's a good thing. I think holding crypto, if we look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is really the market mover, right? Bitcoin moves, everything else moves. So Bitcoin, I bought a little bit around 35k, roughly down here, right? Somewhere down here I bought it. And just holding it, just holding it for at least 100k. And, it's not a lot of money. It's just money that I can afford to lose. It's like putting money into the SPX for me. If I have some aside, my investment technique is just put it to the SPX. It's easy, right? I don't have to worry about stocks or whatever. Just put it into the SPX. My fund money's in crypto, and there you go. Everything else for trading. You play golf as well? Yeah, it's quite hot today, but it's the first time I've played in a while, so I'm looking forward to getting out of this office, and going and playing. So I'll love you and leave you there, guys. I appreciate you coming. If you like the video, It helps the channel, apparently. If you didn't like it, don't like it. It's no problem. But I'll see you all on Monday. Remember to trade safe and have a great weekend. I'm going to go and drink a lot of beer and have a nice time. So remember, guys, like here, this last thing before I go, I'm obviously 6 years in, and I've gone and failed twice now on this 200k challenges. It shows you how difficult they are. So don't get too down if you're not quite there. It happens. It's trading is all about that mental strength, and you'll eventually get there. So I know I'll get there. Might just take a little bit of time. All right, guys, take care. Paul, appreciate that, man. Rohan, Lam, thanks, guys, appreciate it.